Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome to my YouTube channel Calculus and Mathematics Learning. In the previous 3 videos, I solved the past 31 MCQs of ETA Engineering Test of 2017. In today's video, I am going to solve the next 10 or 11 MCQs related with ETA Engineering Test of 2017. So let's move toward the MCQ number 32. It tells that the asymptote of the hyperbola x square by a square minus y square divided by b square is equal to 1 is given by. Now taking the given parabola equation x square by a square minus y square by b square is equal to 1. So solving for the value of y, it will give us plus minus bx divided by under root of 1 minus a square by x square. Now look over here, if the value of x is get increasing and become enlarging, so the value will tend to 0. So it means that 1 minus 0 will give us 1 and under root of 1 is equal to 1. So it means that value of y will be equal to plus minus bx by a. So this is actually called the asymptote of the hyperbola or ellipse. So the asymptote of this hyperbola will be y is equal to plus minus bx by a. So the correct option for MCQ number 32 is option number A. Move to the next MCQ, the MCQ number 33. It tells that a dy plus by sin x dx is equal to 0 is dash differential equation. Linear differential equation, homogeneous differential equation, separable differential equation, non-separable differential equation. Taking the given differential equation, divide both sides with dx, so it become a dy by dx, it become plus by sin x, dx will cancel out. Now shift by sin x on the right hand side, it become negative by sin x. Now shift dx on this side and also a, and shift y on this side, it become dy by dx is equal to minus b by a y sin x. So for solving, the dy by y is equal to minus b by a sin x dx. Now look over here, this y is actually a dependent variable. When the power of dependent variable y and the power of dy by dx over here, the differential power is 1. When the power of differential dy by dx and the power of y is same, the power of this dependent variable is same, it means that the equation will be linear differential equation. So the correct option for this MCQ is option number A. Now move to the next MCQ, the MCQ number 34. It tells that find the value of k factorial divided by k plus 1 whole factorial. How can we find the value of k factorial divided by k plus 1 factorial? Four options are given. Remember the series that n factorial is always equal to n into n minus 1, n minus 2, n minus 3 and goes on. So let's replace this n with k plus 1. So by replacing n with k plus 1, it becomes k plus 1 factorial on this side. Replace n with k plus 1 over here and k plus 1, so it becomes minus 1. Let I assume I stop over here. You can stop it everywhere. So let's suppose I stop over here and I put k plus 1, so k plus 1 minus 1 factorial I stop over here. So by simplification, it becomes k plus 1 factorial is equal to k plus 1, 1 cancel out with negative 1, we left with just k factorial. Now the value of k plus 1 factorial is k plus 1 into k factorial. Now coming to the question, k factorial will comes down as it is, and the value of k plus 1 factorial, we find that it is equal to k plus 1 into k factorial. Now k factorial cancel out with k factorial, we left with 1 over k plus 1. It means this is the required result. So the correct option for this MCQ is option number D. Now move to the next MCQ, MCQ number 35. It tells that if A and B are disjoint events, then probability of A union B will be 4 options are given. Remember, probability of A union B is always equal to probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Remember that for disjoint sets, probability of A intersection B is always equal to 0. So we will neglect this term because this is equal to 0. So we are left with probability of A union B is equal to probability of A plus probability of B. So the required and desired answer for this MCQ is option number B. Move to the next MCQ, number 36. So find the value of n choose n minus r. So remember that n choose r is always equal to n factorial divided by n minus r factorial r factorial. Now we will put the values. Our n over here is n, so n factorial will come down as it is. Now the formula is n minus r in the division, so our n is n, it will come down as it is. Now according to the formula, minus will come down as it is, and our r is n minus r, so put n minus r factorial. And over here in the formula we have r factorial, so our r is n minus r, so it become n minus r factorial. Now by simplification, it become n factorial, it become n minus n, and minus multiply minus will give us plus r factorial, and n minus r factorial will comes down as it is. N will cancel out with negative n, we left with n factorial divided by n minus r factorial into r factorial. Now you know that n factorial by n minus r factorial is actually ncr, which can be written as n choose r. It means the correct option for this MCQs will be option number A. Now move to the next MCQ, the MCQ number 37. It tells that for two vector A and B, it holds that A dot B is equal to magnitude of A, magnitude of B multiply cos of theta. Then it holds that A magnitude will be equal to square root of A dot A, for A vector will be equal to B vector if and only if AB are parallel, perpendicular in opposite direction, parallel but in opposite direction. Remember, in the given A dot B is equal to AB cos theta, there is no negative sign. It means that they are not in opposite direction. So we will cancel out and neglect the option number C and D. Over here we have opposite direction. Now we are left with two options, option number A and B. Option number A is parallel and option number 2 is perpendicular. Now A magnitude will be equal to under root of A dot A only when the two vectors are parallel. Let's suppose this is vector A and this is vector number B. So the angle over here in between them is 0. So when cos of 0, you know that it is equal to 1. So A dot B will be equal to magnitude of A and magnitude of B. Now that is that A will be equal to B. So by putting B is equal to A, so it becomes A dot A will be equal to magnitude of A and magnitude of A. It means that magnitude of A square will be equal to A dot A. So taking under root on the both sides, so magnitude of A will be equal to under root of A dot A. They will be satisfied magnitude of A is equal to under root of A dot A only when the both vectors are parallel. So the correct option for this MCQ is option number A. Now if we take for perpendicular, let's suppose I take cos 90. So cos 90 is equal to 0. So this whole term will be equal to 0. So A dot B will be equal to 0, not equal to magnitude of A is equal to under root of A dot A. It means option number B is incorrect option. The correct option for this MCQ is option number A. Move to the next MCQ number 38. It tells that the third term of the expression n square minus 2 divided by n will be. Let's suppose this is the general term A, n is equal to n square minus 2 by n. For the third term we will put n is equal to 3. So by putting n is equal to 3, it becomes 3 square minus 2 divided by n is 3. So 3 square gives us 9 minus 2 divided by 3. 9 minus 2 will give us 7. So the required and desired answer will be 7 by 3. The correct option for this MCQ is option number A. Now move to the next MCQ. The MCQ number 39 related with ETA engineering test of 2017 mathematics portion. It tells that if y is equal to cosecant inverse e raised to the power negative x, then what will be the derivative of y with respect to the derivative of x? Let's suppose y is equal to cosecant inverse e raised to the power negative x. This is given. So let's suppose I assume this e raised to the power negative x is equal to another variable z. Let's suppose this is equal to z is equal to e raised to the power negative x. And then it become y will be equal to cosecant inverse. Let's suppose I take it equal to z, so it become cosecant inverse z. Now I derive both sides with respect to x. So on this side it become dy by dx, and you know that derivative of cosecant inverse is always equal to minus 1 divided by x under root of x square minus 1. So over here the variable is z, so its derivative will be minus 1 over z into under root of z square minus 1, and we will also take the derivative of this inner function with respect to x. Now after this I put again the value of z, so it become minus 1 over z is e raised to the power negative x. So e raised to the power negative x square will give us e raised to the power negative 2x, minus 1 will come down as it is, and derivative of x z with respect to x will be, so derivative of z with respect to x will be, you know that e raised to the power negative x derivative will be e raised to the power negative x, and derivative of this inner function will be negative 1. So the whole derivative of z with respect to x will be minus e raised to the power negative x. So put it over here. Now after this will cancel out with this, and minus will give us minus multiply minus will give us plus 1 divided by under root of e power negative 2x minus 1. So this is actually the required derivative. So the correct option for this MCQ is option number C. Now move to the next MCQ number 40. It tells that let f of x be a differentiable function on the interval AB if then f of x is strictly decreasing on the interval AB if 4 options are given. Remember that the function will be strictly decreasing on the interval AB if the first time derivative of the function is less than 0. In this option, first time derivative is actually represented by f prime of x. So when f prime of x is less than 0, it means that the function is strictly decreasing. And f prime of x is greater than 0, it means that the function is strictly increasing in the specific interval. So over here they are talking about strictly decreasing. It means the correct option for this MCQ is option number B, f prime of x less than 0 for a less than x less than b. Move to the next MCQ number 41. It tells that if f of x has a critical value at x is equal to c, that is f prime of c is equal to 0, and f double prime of x is equal to 0 exists on the interval AB containing c, then f double prime of c will be is equal to 0 provided that Remember, when the second time derivative become equal to 0, so that point is actually called inflection point, and there is no relative maxima and relative minima. It means the option number A and option number B is incorrect. It tells that function has a maximum and it tells that function has a minimum value at x is equal to c. Because at double time derivative, when it is equal to 0, then the point has a inflection point. There is no maxima and no minima. So in option number C, that tells that function is no maximum or minimum value at x is equal to c. It means the correct option for this MCQs is option number C. Move to the next MCQs. MCQ number 42. It tells that a function z is equal to f of xy is given, which is equal to x power 3 e power y divided by x minus 3y square under the root of x square plus y square. It is a homogeneous function of which degree? 0, 1, 2, 3. So move to the solution of this question and MCQ number 42. A function will be homogeneous function if it satisfies this condition. Condition is f of lambda x lambda y will be equal to lambda power n into f of xy. This n is actually called the homogeneous function degree. So our given function is f of xy is equal to x power 3 e power y by x minus 3y square under the root of x square plus y square. Now according to the condition, we will replace x with lambda x and y with lambda y. So replacing x with lambda x and lambda y, so the function will be f of lambda x and y will become lambda y, and x will become lambda x power 3 e and y will become lambda y, x will be lambda x, so minus 3 into y will be lambda y whole square, x will be lambda x whole square, and y will be lambda y whole square. Now after simplification, it becomes lambda cube x cube, it becomes lambda cancel out with lambda, we left with e power y by x, so it becomes minus 3 into lambda square into y square, and after this so lambda x whole square will give us lambda square and x square. Now after this so I take lambda square common from over here, so inside I left with x square, and if I take lambda square common from over here, I will if I take lambda square common, I left with y square, because lambda square y square again gives us lambda y square, and after simplification lambda cube x cube e power y by x will comes down as it is, and minus 3 lambda square y square will come down as it is. This square will cancel out with under the root, so this lambda will comes out from the under root, it becomes just lambda, and under root of x square plus y square will comes down as it is. Now from over here, if I take lambda cube common, I left with x power 3 e power y by x, so, and if I take over here, it becomes lambda cube, so by taking lambda cube common, I left with minus 3y square and under the root of x square plus y square. Now this is actually x cube e power y by x minus 3y square under the root of x square plus y square. This is actually the original function f of xy. Now comparing this with the standard form of the homogeneous function f of lambda x lambda y. Over here the lambda power is 3. So comparing with lambda power n, it means that n is equal to 3. So the given function is homogeneous function of degree 3. So the correct option for this MCQ number 42 is option number D. Now move to the next MCQs. MCQ number 43. It tells that the equation of directrix for the parabola y square is equal to negative 4px will be. 4 options are given. Remember the first thing that we will look at the right hand side of y square. Over here we have x, so it means that this parabola is lie along x-axis. It is lie along x-axis, so we will neglect the y option. Over here we have y is equal to negative p, and over here we have y is equal to p, so neglect these two options. So over here we have C and D. Which option is correct? So look at over here, the y square is equal to negative 4px. It means that this parabola is lie along the negative x-axis. This parabola will just like this. So the focus of this parabola f will be 0 and negative p, and the vertex of this parabola will be 0 and 0. Now the other thing is this, that if the over here we have y square is equal to 4px, positive parabola, so the directrix for this equation will be x is equal to negative p in term of positive. But over here it is actually negative, so for the negative we will make it positive, so the value of x will be p. So the correct option for MCQ number 43 will be option number D. X is equal to p is actually the directrix of this parabola. Move to the next MCQ number 44. The angle of tangent line x minus y is equal to 0 to the curve y is equal to f of x will be. So move to the solution of this MCQ. So x minus y is equal to 0, this is given. Now shift to minus y on the right hand side, it becomes x is equal to y. Now differentiate both sides with respect to x also. On this side we left with dy by dx, and on this side derivative of x with respect to x is equal to 1. Now you also know that let's suppose this is the argent plane, y divided by x is actually called slope. Y divided by x is actually called slope and actually equal to the tangent theta. So dy by dx will be equal to the slope m will be equal to the tangent theta is equal to 1. Now we are going to find the angle. So tangent theta is equal to 1 only when the angle is 45 degrees. So the correct option for MCQ number 44 will be option number B.